I promised my daughters and granddaughters that I would not kiss anyone on the first night.
Okay.
I failed. I mean,
I love to hear that.
I just flat ass failed.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Of course, this podcast is presented by e.l.f. Cosmetics. We are so excited for our event this Saturday in Syracuse. We are going to be at the Orange Crate starting at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The bar opens up at 9 a.m. If you want to get in line, get ready. We cannot wait to see all your beautiful faces there. And of course, gotta come prepared. You know what I mean? We're going to be in our e.l.f. cosmetic products. We're going to have a little touch-up station there, photo booth, drinks. We're going to be hanging out. And like you guys know, we've been loving our e.l.f. Cosmetics products. We have some laid out in front of us right now that we've really been loving. The Power Grip Primer. You know, if you want your makeup to last all day long, you want it to look really good on your face, that's where the Power Grip Primer comes into play. We also have the Halo Glow liquid filter sitting with us. On the back, you know, it says you can customize your glow, wear alone, under or over makeup, mix with foundation or as a highlighter, and, you know, apply it to wherever you would like. That's sitting right in front of us. And then we have the O-Face satin lipstick. We are loving all these products. I also talk about how much I love the brow lift for my eyebrows, the Lash and Roll mascara, the Big Mood mascara. We are loving all of these products.
e.l.f. Cosmetics is great. We've talked about them all month. We have loved using all the products. They're also 100% vegan and cruelty-free with no animal ingredients and no animal testing worldwide. So please come hang out with us on Saturday, like Rhea said, with e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's going to be great right before the Syracuse Clemson game. So very excited. It's going to be a fun weekend. A lot of people hanging around. Should be great. And yeah, you mentioned the e.l.f. Glow Up Bar, a photo moment, some great samples. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you can also learn more at elfcosmetics.com or at the e.l.f. Cosmetics app. Super easy. You can download that. Check that out.
Yep. And if you are sharing your products with us on Instagram, keep doing it. We love it. We're seeing you guys tag us and e.l.f. Cosmetics, and we love seeing it. And we cannot wait to be in Syracuse this weekend. We were just talking about, you know, when we land in Syracuse, we're going to get a nice dinner, prepare for the morning. And we were talking about where to go. And I put up on my story because Noah had been telling us, you know, Dinosaur Barbecue is the place to be. Gotta go there. And then we heard about a place called Pastabilities, which really shook us. Not two Italian girls who love the name Pastabilities for Italian restaurant, but apparently it's great.
Everyone, it's the number one rated restaurant in Syracuse.
Yeah, so we...
From what I can see from my Google results. So clearly people love it.
Right, and I put on my story, and those are the top two recommended places to go. So we're going to go to one of those. We'll see.
Look, Noah is an alum, so he would know.
Right.
But, you know, it's also alumni weekend.
Yeah. Are you
So
excited
for
for this weekend,
busy.
Noah, to make your appearance back in Syracuse?
I am. I mean, I booked an earlier flight just so I could walk around than you guys.
Yeah. Noah was like, come on, you don't want to come earlier? And we're getting there at a perfect time, I think.
Yeah.
But he's getting there so he could do the whole full walk around during the day.
I wanted to give you a tour, walk you around. This is where I had my class. This is, you know.
Yeah. I think, you know, people were messaging being like,
you just went, yeah.
No, well, straight up, we were like, we're going to go a little bit later.
Yeah.
But people were messaging like, is Noah going to be there? I'm like, duh. This is where he went.
Whole squad will be there, but yeah, it's definitely, there's a long rooted Georgetown Syracuse rivalry.
Is there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hate each other.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a thing that all Syracuse students, running joke is just like, you'd be like, what time is it? And they say, and Georgetown still sucks.
Yeah, that's
Oh, so it's like
very
a chant?
Creative.
Just one of their chants?
Yeah.
Did you guys have anything to go back at Syracuse?
Plenty.
Seems like that one really stuck, though.
No, I mean, that's just like
the Syracuse one really sticks.
Yeah. I think everybody.
What time is it? 2:50.
Yeah, they
and Georgetown's.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily roll off the tongue, but
You
I get it.
Walk around the campus though.
Like, yeah.
See it.
Right.
It's a nice campus.
I do want to see the campus, of course. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
I like getting a look at colleges because I never went to go see any.
Just feels like a movie set or something.
Yeah, it really does. I've never I mean, I have seen them now since we've worked here. We have gone to a couple colleges.
Yeah.
But you know, when it was my time to go to college.
Yeah, I've never even I never went I toured a million colleges. Like my mom and I went to so many places. And Syracuse was never on the list.
Because of the Georgetown.
It was just like my
feature?
parent, like it was like, well, you're not going, like,
Okay.
you, like nobody wouldn't even entertain the idea.
Right.
My parents are both Georgetown alum,
Gotcha.
and it was like I grew up hating the school, so I was like, I'm not going there. Although my aunt did go to Syracuse.
Ton of New Jersey
You're very
people go.
excited about
Yeah.
this weekend.
I'm extremely excited. I mean, I love the people.
Yeah.
I
It's gonna
said
be
this
a
was
lot of fun.
It was a funny back and forth on like, I did get a couple DMs from like Georgetown people, not my friends, but like people who obviously know that I have a connection to Georgetown, who were like, "Oh no," but I'm very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And one thing that I did always, everybody missed out on. I missed out on it. You missed out on it. No, obviously Noah was there, but a big football game, being there for a tailgate or big moment. I mean, Clemson's in town. That's as big as it gets. Big ACC
I
game.
think Syracuse has a chance.
Yeah, Clemson's not that
They're
good this year.
4-0. Syracuse.
That's what I'm saying. Clemson has been
gonna be
struggling.
It's going to be a big day in upstate New York, folks.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's gonna be sunny on Saturday. I just checked. Nice day.
I haven't
I
even
love a nice
thought
day.
about that.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hang out with people. We're going to be drinking, having a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be
gonna
so
be a lot of
fun.
fun. And soon we will find out where we will be dining Friday night.
Yes.
Will it be possibilities or will it be dinosaur?
That seems to be
the only two options.
seems to be the flip of a coin here.
Yeah, if I go look at my responses right now.
There's a good restaurant bar on campus called Fagan's. But I would recommend one of those.
It's just literally every single
Dinosaur?
one is possibilities or dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I actually love the person who said like Francesca's, because there's a Francesca's. Don't listen to the people saying fucking possibilities.
You know, Syracuse has the second biggest mall in the country.
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, it's actually, I used to always go there. It's huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is it close by?
like a 10
I'm not
minute
sure if
drive,
we're going to have
probably.
time.
Sarah
I
to
mean,
visit.
Sarah says that's not true.
wait, what?
The second biggest mall is American Dream.
American Dream in New Jersey, which is ginormous.
Oh, maybe it's the third.
Well, maybe because American Dream just
American
got finished
Dream is
recently.
Oh,
the last
when
5
I
years.
was there, it was the second biggest.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. You weren't caught up with the American
It's been
Dream being
dethroned.
finished. American Dream finished a couple of years ago,
Yeah, it did.
so you're good. Alrighty, let's get in.
I'm pumped. It's gonna be fun.
I am very, very excited. Let's get into the topics for today's episode. Not a ton of updates, but we have some. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner reached an agreement where their kids will stay for right now. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater were seen having a Disney World date. Kroy and Kim.
Yeah, Kim Zolciak Biermann.
Yeah. They have decided, or Kim has decided, that she doesn't want to get a divorce anymore because they are still having great sex. This changes every week. And we have an update on the Lil Tay situation that we talked about, I would say weeks ago, a couple months ago, forgetting what time it was, where, it was reported that she had died, and then it was reported that her Instagram was hacked, and now she said that it was her father's doing and has blown him up on her Instagram story. So that is not great. And that's really it. So,
an interview.
Oh, we have an interview with Gerry Turner, the Golden Bachelor. What a nice gentleman.
Gem of a man.
I loved listening to him. I loved listening to an older person tell stories, talk about their life, put their wisdom on me. I can listen all day long, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So let's get into it, starting off with the topics. So as you guys know, we are going through the wedding planning process, and we also have a lot of people in our lives that are going through the wedding planning process. It's a very exciting time. Getting engaged is super, super exciting. And of course, you know, that comes with the proposal, telling everyone all the celebrations about it. And then after that comes the wedding planning. And where do you begin? The answer is Zola. If you've been to a wedding recently, then the chances are that you definitely know what Zola is. You maybe even have a beautiful wedding invite sitting in your house apartment right now that is from Zola, or you bought a gift off someone's registry and thought, gonna get that for myself as well. Well, when you're planning a wedding, you suddenly realize what else Zola has. It's where you'll find your venue and all your wedding vendors. It's where you'll create your free wedding website so guests can RSVP and buy you those amazing gifts. But there's so much more, like a budget tracker, a tool to grab all of your guest addresses, checklists to keep you focused, and there's Team Z, Zola's free expert wedding advisors there to answer any questions, or just listen to you vent. When you're getting married, it's not just about the big day, but it's about all the days along the way in between that are getting you ready for that special moment. And Zola is here for all of them. So start planning right now at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com. Once again, start planning at Zola.com, ZOLA.com. We have an update on the Sophie Turner, Joe Jonas situation. The kids will be staying in New York for the time being as they, reach their divorce settlement. There was a back and forth. Sophie wanted to take the kids to England. Joe wanted them to stay here.
Yep.
Apparently, allegedly, he was hiding their passports. The court in Florida said that they have to remain in the U.S. They cannot go to England.
Yep.
And it seems like they have reached the agreement that the kids will stay in New York for the time being.
Yeah. And hopefully they're, that's an amicable agreement. There were some paparazzi
Who
pictures.
knows at this point?
Yeah, there were some paparazzi pictures of them out, Joe and Sophie, with the kids at Momofuku.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the pictures were from earlier in the week, like before she was out with Taylor Swift. And so they are going to stay in New York. They have this temporary agreement. Willa, age 3, and we still do not know the name of their second daughter. In the court documents, just identified as D. It's just the letter D.
Diane.
Yeah, who knows? The interim consent order states that Turner, 27, and Jonas, 34, are ordered to keep their kids in the southern and eastern districts of New York, which includes New York City, Long Island, and the Hudson Valley. The filing also reveals that both Turner and Jonas have consented to this arrangement. The parties have agreed to the entry of the attached proposed interim consent order without prejudice to either party's claims and defenses, prohibiting the removal of the party's children from the jurisdictions of the United States District Courts of the southern and eastern districts of New York, pending further order of this court. If the order is violated, the document states that the court has the right to take or cause to be taken measures under federal or state laws appropriate to protect the well-being of the child involved or to prevent the child's further removal or concealment before the final disposition of the petition. And the filing comes, days after she filed the petition to take the kids back to England. So they've agreed to stay in New York for the time being, which is, I don't necessarily say I have an opinion on that. I would just say that's good that they came to an agreement for the time being.
More just an update.
Yeah.
Because it has to do with the kids, and I'm not going to say where their kids should be raised. I'm not
No,
them.
that's completely up to
That's up to
them. But yeah, no, I have actually seen, my friend just sent me a TikTok too. I was laughing that there's some hot takes flying on TikTok, and I saw a couple videos that were Travis Kelce's PR and Sophie Turner's PR talking, and somebody was just so happens that Taylor and Sophie had dinner multiple nights, going out, talking. Apparently there was also another night where Sophie was at her her apartment, and they've chatted, and maybe that Taylor decided what a great weekend it would be to make that trip to Kansas City to pull the attention off of Sophie. Hot take,
Yeah,
I would say.
no.
Yeah.
Just no. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on board with that.
Yep.
I think that Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas getting a divorce just has nothing to do with Taylor Swift going out with Travis Kelce. Like, to cover up. No. No. I'm
It's just a theory.
I'm just not even going to entertain that one.
No.
Feels way too absurd to me that I don't think Taylor Swift is putting herself out there unless Taylor Swift wants to put herself out there.
Yeah.
She's a great friend, from what it seems. But I don't think, like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I thought it was far
I think
fetched
that's
as well.
very far-fetched.
Yeah. My immediate reaction was yes, far fetched, but then also like maybe.
It's still going to be reported on that they're getting divorced and whatever's happening with their
No,
divorce.
definitely, but I think every like headline was about the two of them, and everything on TikTok was about them, and now like everything's about Taylor.
Well, because they settled. They said the kids are going to be in New York.
Yeah, but just I feel like there was so much more being discussed. I'm not saying I actually believe in
It
this.
seems
I'm
like
just
you're
going,
falling for
I'm
it.
just was for the sake of the argument going back about it. I if that feels far fetched to me. Also, I will say that we were saying that felt like a first meeting, first date. Apparently, reports said that they have privately hung out a few times. Whatever that means.
Yeah, they're enjoying getting to know each other. Taylor Swift wants a guy that's into his career, which Travis Kelce would be the perfect person for that.
Yeah, I wonder if Taylor and Sophie, like if Sophie got the rundown of this,
Well, on Dumois, somebody wrote in saying that they were sitting near Taylor and Sophie in the restaurant, and the girls were, having a great night. And then Taylor flipped her phone and showed the girls a text message she had received.
Yeah, right.
And all the girls were like freaking out. What if it was a text from Travis Kelce?
Totally could have been.
That's so classic, showing your friends a text from somebody and everyone freaking out.
Maybe it was the text, the like, hey, you gotta
come
see me rock.
Let's see which one's more lit,
We'll see
baby.
which one's more lit.
All right. Moving on. We're going to get all giddy again. Not giddy about these two. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater were seen.
Yeah.
Whatever. It
is just interesting. Not that I thought like this would just fizzle out.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of thought it would fizzle out.
Yeah, like these two don't get me going the way that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift do. Like, I'm not like, ooh, oh my gosh, what if they get married? Like, I'm just kind of like, ooh, weird situation.
Yeah. It's, where was I? I was just saw the, oh yes, apparently her family loves him. They're really happy and good for each other. That's the quote in the Daily Mail. After being spotted together at Disneyland for the first time with her loved ones. They enjoyed a casual date at the theme park last week amid their respective divorces and are enjoying their blossoming romance and, quote, all of her friends love him. They said at the Disneyland trip they went with a big group of friends, including Ariana's mom and brother. They are really, really, it's just one really. They are really happy and really good for each other. All of her friends love him. I don't know, like,
once you start saying that people are in love and they're enjoying their time and people love them, I can't really knock on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a weird situation. The whole thing, how it started, everyone's, weirded out by it. What are we supposed to say about two people who are in
timelines crossing, perhaps?
What are we supposed to say about two people in Disney together with their friends and family?
They had a great time.
It's hard to be like, fuck them,
know.
It's like, okay, well, good for them. They're having a good time.
I think my one really only commentary was that I really thought that this would just like fizzle, or just the drama around it would have been like too much.
Right. But maybe their love can withstand the drama.
Yep.
So maybe it's working.
Maybe they'll make it all the way to when they start filming Wicked again.
Maybe,
Maybe.
Like, Disney's the happiest place on earth.
2029.
How do you say fuck these people?
No, you can't. You really can't.
We all are subscribed to things that we don't even realize we are subscribed to at this point. Time goes by, the years go by, you hit a subscription, and then you never unsubscribe. Did you know over 80% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about Seriously, think of how many free trials, because I've been there, that you've been subscribed to that you probably never canceled. And that is why we are big fans of Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. I think being able to monitor and cancel your unwanted subscriptions is huge. We have all signed up for free trials for things. You go, oh yeah, let me just do this free trial and then, I'll cancel this at a later date. I'll definitely remember. And then you don't remember. Most people think they're spending $80 on subscriptions when in reality, they're spending much closer to $200 or maybe even a little bit more than that. When you're signed up for so many things like streaming services you used to watch one show or free trials for a delivery you don't use, it's so easy to lose track. With Rocket Money, you can easily cancel the ones you don't want with just the press of a button. No more long hold times or annoying emails with customer service. Rocket Money does all the work for you. Rocket Money can even negotiate to lower your bills for you up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill and Rocket Money take care of the rest. Rocket Money also lets you monitor all your expenses in one place. And with over 3 million users and counting, Rocket Money customers have saved an average of $720 a year. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions. We all need to do that. And manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/chicks. That's rocketmoney.com/chicks. rocketmoney.com/chicks. Moving on to another very happy couple.
Oh man,
Kim Zolciak Biermann
These
and Kroy Biermann.
They just can't quit
It's
each other.
the biggest will they won't they in terms of divorce the past couple months.
I really do feel bad that every time I guess not necessarily feel bad, but every time I see a headline, it just makes me laugh,
Yeah. So it was reported that these two were getting divorced a while back. It was, Kim had a gambling problem. And then, it was reported that they were no longer getting divorced. And then it was reported they were getting divorced again. And now Kim wants to call off the divorce because they're still having sex. They're still intimate. They're still having great sex. So I don't know if they're just hate fucking each other or whatever's happening over there, but they're having great sex and Kim does not want to call off the marriage.
Yeah, she wants the divorce filing to be dismissed again. Quote, they've had marital sexual relations on multiple occasions since Kroy has filed for divorce.
These two just can't quit each other.
Kim claims in the court documents obtained by Page Six that Biermann's allegation that the marriage is irretrievably broken is demonstrably false because they've resumed cohabitation for some time now. She believes their longtime marriage is viable and hoping the judge tosses out Biermann's petition. That's it. They're just they're back in business, I guess.
So Kim is digmatized
after he
by
filed
Kroy,
for divorce twice.
and Kroy is liking what he's getting from Kim. These two can't quit each other sexually.
Yeah. He's filed for divorce twice now.
This reminds me of a TV show, though. You know what I mean? Where a couple is getting divorced, but they're still having sex, and they have sex, and then afterwards, one of them is like, all right, this is it.
Yeah.
And the other one's like, but we just had amazing sex. This is what I picture between the two of these people.
I mean, they had their own show. It could have been their own show.
Right. I'm not talking about reality TV. I'm talking about scripted
yeah.
television, Desperate Housewives.
What was the name of their show? Her show? Why can I not remember what they called their show?
Why am I
Tardy?
blanking?
Don't be tardy.
Don't be tardy.
Was that all it was called though?
Don't be tardy for the party?
Oh, well, I know that's a song, but
No, it was just called Don't Be Tardy.
okay.
Yeah, don't be tardy. Catch us while we get divorced and also have sex in the same night.
Yeah. Hey, bring it back. They would really have quite the season on their hands
I love this.
if they were filming this.
I love this ongoing story between the two of them. I can't get enough of it.
It sounds toxic as hell, but
It's
they
so
just
toxic.
cannot quit each other.
They're screaming at each other. The next second, they're naked.
Yeah. He's filing divorce. They're dissolving that.
All of a sudden,
Filing for divorce again.
He-
dissolving it again.
he files for divorce. She walks out in lingerie. He's like, fuck. Here we go again.
Kim's like, honey, I already called the lawyer. Your petition, it's out. It's out.
I just imagine like Kroy's head is spinning every time. He's like, I just filed again, Kim. Please. She has him in handcuffs.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Honestly,
come on,
like,
Kroy.
I hope it is this lighthearted because it's probably not.
Kroy, come on. Give me another $100 to bet on tonight's game.
Yeah. I don't even know if she's sports betting or she's like, I'm going to the slots.
Come on, give me a couple hundred for the slots
please,
tonight.
I'm headed back to the casino.
I'll give you something good.
Literally, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Right now in this last week.
Right. Until he filed.
Until something else happens and they realize they still owe millions of dollars and he files for divorce again.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Last topic.
I have one comment just because I was reading this article and a little pop-up came up. But there's a very cute picture of Harry Styles holding hands with Taylor Russell walking the streets of London.
I want to be walking the streets of London. Take me to London. I want to go back.
I want to go.
You know what my Roman Empire is? London.
I do like them just holding it it's a nice pair. Your Roman Empire is London.
I think about going to London weekly.
Yeah.
Going back. I really do. Sometimes I have dreams of Dave opening up a London branch.
Keep dreaming.
And I know. And us going, we'll start it.
Yeah.
We'll start the UK branch of Barstool.
Wow.
Chicks in the kingdom.
Yeah, chicks in the UK.
One can dream.
These pictures are very cute. I feel like there was...
Just for a year, if we just got to live there for a year. But we would need everyone to come with us, our significant others, you guys.
I feel like Fran doesn't want to.
I want friends.
Live
She's
in
never
London for
been,
a year.
though. She's never been.
I've never been. How can I confidently say that I would or wouldn't? I can't.
She would have to have been there.
Yeah, exactly.
And she loves the city, which has me to believe she would love London.
I think I would love London. So it's really, I'd have to say, gotta go over there and check it out to really be able to decide.
Imagine I had my bachelorette party in London.
Why the hell not?
No, I know. It just feels like not the place to have your bachelorette party.
So?
Right.
You know? If you love the place so much and you really want to go.
Yeah, but you don't like shake
There's fun things you can do over there.
You don't shake your booty in London. Sometimes you do.
I bet there's plenty of people in London who know the places for you to go where you can do that.
Yeah.
You're telling me those Love Island UK people aren't getting in some trouble in the clubs in London?
Well, I'm not trying to get in trouble.
No, I'm talking about them. I'm saying they get in trouble.
Right.
So clearly there's shit happening.
Yeah. No, that's not the ideal bachelorette place for me. But it did just pop in my head where I said, how come I've never thought of that before?
It would be fun. But no,
I was just thinking about a way for me and you to get to London together.
Yeah. I know. I don't know if we'll be able to do it pre-weddings.
We won't.
You know, there's just
maybe me
not
and you
enough time in the year.
Maybe me and you should go on a honeymoon after we're both married.
We could do that.
A wife moon.
Wife trip.
All right. Last
Getting out of
topic.
town.
Yeah. Last topic. So this was weird. A little while ago, it was reported that Lil Tay had passed away.
Yes.
And people were freaking out. She's so young. And then it was weird because the father could not confirm or deny whether or not Lil Tay was dead.
Yeah,
it was very weird.
Weird, like, family
Then
response.
It was reported that her Instagram was hacked and she did not die. Lil Tay wrote on her story today with a picture of her dad. My abusive, racist, misogynistic, woman-beating father faked my death. So, yeah. Wow. Wowza.
I don't even have really a lot to,
Right, it's just like ooh, get Lil Tay out of her family. That's my take on it.
How old is she now?
I think maybe 14.
16.
16?
2009.
Yeah, she's 16. She was born in 2007.
Oh, she was born in 2007?
Yep.
This says she was born in 2009.
Oh, and it says she's 13, 14. Okay. Weird. It says on some...
But Wikipedia says 2009, so maybe that's wrong.
Yeah, but when her initial thing when you look her up says 16.
It does say 16.
But then on Wikipedia it says she's born she's 14.
What
Okay.
a disaster.
People magazine said she's 14. Okay, very confusing. So her age
Yeah.
is believed to be 14. I don't know why it says 16 in some places. Confusing, but yeah, a disaster. And I feel like, her family is clearly no good.
No, and was that just an attention grabbing thing to do, like fake your child's death to get people talking about it? I don't know.
Weird.
It's crazy.
Weird.
Crazy.
Very, very strange.
Or other maybe like inner family workings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gives me a very strange feeling that
yeah,
I
it
do
does.
not like.
It's an unsettling feeling.
Yeah, unsettling is the right word.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Um,
for sure.
But all right, that wraps up the topics.
All right, we have a great interview with Gerry, the Golden Bachelor, and even Gerry enjoys a nice cold Coors Light, because who doesn't? I've got one in my hand right now. You can see those blue mountains. It's crisp, it's cold, and we're headed into fall, guys, but fall does not have to be the buzzkill to your summer chill. Coors Light helps you find moments to unwind. Maybe you have a big work presentation. Follow it with a happy hour, some friends, and a cold Coors Light. Decompress with a relaxing day on the trail that ends with a well-earned Coors Light. Whenever you need to hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. It's the only beer out there that's literally made to chill. You can see those blue mountains on the can, also beds on the bottle. That's how you know your beer is cold and ready to drink. So when you need to hit reset, just open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. We're headed into fall. It's football season. Games are on. Maybe you're headed to the bar on Sunday with some friends. Enjoy a nice, crisp, cold Coors Light. Maybe you had a long weekend. You're just going to watch from the couch. Perfect. Perfect time to just chill out. It's the beer that's made to chill. So Coors Light is the one we choose when we need to unwind. So when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Rosie or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. And always celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the lovely newest Golden Bachelor, Gerry Turner. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much for that. Lovely is new,
Yeah, I feel like lovely may be my go-to with guests, but I think it describes you just from the 2 minutes that I've gotten to know you.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that.
Yes,
That's
and,
good.
and from what we've seen on TV,
Yes.
we're very excited to have you in studio. We're very excited for your season. How are you feeling?
Excited is the word that I get to a lot. I mean, everything is glitz and glamour, and there's so much, and it's like I sat in the car coming here thinking, how did I get to this spot? It's amazing.
So we want to take it back to the beginning of how you got on the show. What was the whole process like?
So it started 3 years ago before COVID.
Right. Because
And
we've been seeing commercials for this for a long time on TV. People
Yeah.
are like, is this ever going to happen?
Right. And so I answered an ad because my daughters kind of urged me to do it. I wasn't dating anyone, didn't really have a good circle of friends at that time, and so forth. So they pointed it out on one of the Bachelor seasons, Dad, you got to do this. And I answered, and to my surprise, I got a call back. I think it was within a week, and I had a couple of calls and a Zoom call and so forth. And then when COVID hit, it all went silent. So there was nothing for 2.5 years. And I think it was early February of this year, out of the clear blue, I got a call one Thursday afternoon. Hey, this is ABC and the Golden Bachelor. Are you still interested in being on the show? Well, at first I said no.
Yeah.
I now have friends. I feel like my life's going in the right direction. I'm good to go. And so they were very persuasive, kind of changed my mind by the end of the conversation, and I agreed. And so from there, it's just been beyond description.
And when they called you, they wanted you to be the lead. That's what they were off. They said, we want you to be the guy.
That's a good question. I asked that several times. It's like, okay, so are you saying
Is there
that
anybody else?
Yeah. I mean,
Did you get a look at the other contenders?
yeah. Am I the guy,
Right.
or am I just one of the guys you're considering, and so forth? Actually, I never really got a good answer to that. And I didn't know for sure until Memorial Day.
Okay.
And the weeks before Memorial Day were probably the most puzzling to me, because there would be energy and excitement about saying what was going to happen in the show and all that. But then there'd be no commitment, right? And then on Memorial Day, my daughters, my granddaughters, a couple of friends are there, and a Zoom call had been arranged. And I did think it was kind of weird that there would be a Zoom call on Memorial Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So I open up the Zoom call, and the first face I see is Jesse Palmer. And I go, oh, wow, this is awesome. Yeah. Chitty chat a little bit. And he goes, well, so do you want to be the Golden Bachelor? And I remember exactly saying, is this the official offer?
Right.
Because people had asked me that so many times that I didn't know where I was. He goes, yeah, this is the offer. So there was a lot of screaming and yelling, and because my girls were just off camera.
Yeah.
And Jesse said, well, so what does your family think of this? And I go, well, ask them,
Yeah,
So
right,
they were
right.
all in frame.
The classic when you're on the phone with somebody and somebody else is in the room, but you're like, don't tell them you're here.
Right.
I think that has been the biggest question when people saw the Golden Bachelor. It was like, how are the families going to feel? Do they support this? How do they even find out about it? But it seems like your family has been extremely supportive and are very excited for you to do this.
They are. They got involved right from the very beginning, 100% behind it. They have their specialties. My youngest granddaughter wanted to tutor me on, the latest acronyms and phrases and so forth. And so they've all come at it from a little bit different direction. But yeah, they've all been 100% behind it.
So you get the call, you're on Zoom, you find out you're going to be the guy. And now, had you seen any episodes at that point?
Yes, I had been a casual viewer of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. It's one of those things where wintertime at the lake and there's not going on, and maybe I would have recorded a season,
Right.
and you sit down and you watch. Or my daughters would say, all right, there's a particularly good lead, and it looks like there's going to be some particularly good drama. And so, I'd sit down and watch. But I didn't follow it. I wasn't a dedicated viewer.
That makes sense. I feel like that's the way a lot of people consume the show. Well, I mean, there are a ton of people who watch every single season, but there are also casual viewers who hear, oh my God, this crazy thing happened. You have to watch it.
Right.
And two, I think this is a entirely different show, same premise, but Rhea and I have talked about it, and everybody's been talking about it, but having the median age be much older than we are used to, it kind of eliminates some of that superficial drama that we see on the seasons where contestants are looking for some big social media career, they're looking to launch a business, they have all these things. And not to say you still can't be launching a business, but it's feels a little bit more genuine. Did you feel that way agreeing to do it?
I did, exactly. It's at the age of 70 or 65 or whatever, the age is particularly, but it's like, what other reason would you be there?
Right.
I don't have time to develop a following to be an influencer or any of those things.
You're
so
going to be after this season.
But literally, that's why I think everyone was there, the entire cast and myself. It was genuinely for the pursuit of your final partner in life.
Now, when we initially saw the trailers, I was so excited. Like Fran mentioned, we were talking about it and, they're not there for followers. But I also said, I am interested in the kind of drama that may unfold between these group of people. Was there drama like any other season?
So I'll say this, by and large, the women were all very supportive of each other. They're all poised and elegant, and they've lived their lives to the fullest, and they're to this point. But I think if you take any 22 individuals, at random, pick a phone book and take numbers out, I think there's going to be some disagreement. There's going to be some drama. And the very small smattering that I heard about and knew about was really a situation where two people were kind of speaking a different language, a different speed.
Yep.
And so it really was of no great consequence, but there's a little there.
And where did you guys film? You did the full season? Like, were you at the normal Bachelor Mansion or a different location?
So the Bachelor Mansion and a number of locations
Yes.
around that, but we did go out of the country
Amazing.
for it was about a week,
Yeah.
and so that was a really awesome experience. So
How did it feel being in the mansion?
you know, the mansion was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
It's a very unique place. It almost defies description. By the way it's decorated and the fixtures and the furniture and everything like that. But the sense of awe got me when I was out in front
Yeah.
of the mansion, and the sun would go down and the lights were set just so and the plants set just so, and I would turn around and look at that front door, and it's like, it's almost like it takes your breath away.
Yeah.
It is
Yep.
to say it's iconic is
Yeah.
one thing, but it's also just like it draws you in.
Right.
Right.
So
It's like a character of its own.
yeah.
What was the biggest surprise to you while filming the show? And did you have many expectations going in?
I had a lot of expectations. I came to the show full of hope, believing that I would end the show with my forever partner. Some of the surprises, though, were more in the area of how things processed and how things got done. In that, just because the schedule said you were going to do a certain thing
Right.
at 1 p.m., don't be surprised if it's 3 o'clock, and feel free to give up all your personal freedoms as
Yeah.
you're there too. And I really missed my phone.
Really?
I did, and not so much because I wanted a voice conversation, but my daughters and granddaughters and I are always exchanging texts
Yeah.
back and
Group
forth.
chats?
Yeah, group chats, and you go through your phone and you have all the different groups and everything, and so I really missed it for that, and I also missed it for pictures. It's like, God, standing in front of the mansion, I want to remember this
Right.
moment. Okay, somebody's got a picture of it. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'll
yeah.
get it.
Right. It's good. The whole thing's going to be on TV, but maybe not in the way that you want to capture it from your
Frame
eyes.
it. Yeah.
No,
exactly.
that is very true. I think a lot of people feel that way in big life moments.
Right.
Even you could be at the biggest event and you know that there are professional photographers around and they're taking pictures, but you still want to get the one on your phone so that you have it and you
Yeah.
know that you have it.
That's exactly it.
And you may not realize how important your phone is to you when you do have it and you're able to, something comes to your mind, you're able to text somebody immediately. But as soon as it's taken away from you, you're like, oh, I can't tell my daughter this. Like, can't tell my granddaughter this.
Yeah. Or you hear some random fact and you go, well, that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
And you want to,
Right? You want to
yeah,
Google
yeah,
it.
want to Google
wait,
it.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Yep.
So,
Did you write anything down? Did you have a journal at all?
yeah, I did. My very good pickleball friends chipped in before I left. They threw a party and gave me a journal, among other things.
Yeah.
So every day I tried to write something, enough of a reminder, phrases, to take me back to those days. So yeah, I've got a whole journal.
Is pickleball a big theme this season? Because, in a lot of the promos, we see a lot of the women also talking about their enjoyment of pickleball.
I think it might be overused.
Yeah.
I think it might be a promise that doesn't get fulfilled.
Yes.
But there is a group date where there's a
pickleball?
pickleball tournament.
I love that.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing pickleball? It's a great sport.
3 years.
Yeah.
Close to 3 years. Yeah.
It's funny that it really has become such a big craze
Yeah.
and that everybody loves to play.
Yeah.
It's taking over. There was a whole court in Central Park in this whole summer. It was
And
crazy.
people are making the switch because my grandpa plays tennis every single day. And when pickleball started becoming more popular, I was like, there's no way he's going to switch to pickleball. He's so dedicated to tennis. And then the last time I was there, he was like, yeah, I'm going to play pickleball with my friends. I was like, what? You're going to play pickleball?
And I bet
was
he's
shocked.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's definitely good.
He's definitely great.
Definitely competitive. So you're gearing up to date 30, 25?
22, I think
22,
was the-
22. Okay. 22 women. How did you prepare for that? It's something obviously you've never had to do.
Yeah.
How do you prepare?
So, I guess the thought process that I went over and over in my mind was that I'm going to try and compartmentalize every conversation with every person that I meet and get the fullest I can out of the conversations. facial expressions, body language, give me everything I can take in. But then at the end of the day, put that in a little package and set it aside with the person's name on it, and don't open that up again until you're back with her. And I think it worked.
Yeah.
I tried not to mix opinions and emotions and those things between the different individuals. So it's hard. I don't think there's an instruction book for that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the approach I took.
I saw you say in an interview, must have been something you've done the last couple of days, that you really did not want to compare any of the women to your wife. And do you feel like you were able to do that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That was something that, not just in the show, but when I was dating casually prior to the show, it's like that's unfair to someone.
Yeah.
And because she was such a unique individual, it's like, I don't even want to try and compare. She was what she was, and to look for Tony 2.0 would have been horrible. So it's a whole new, fresh game.
Yeah.
And I loved what you said at the end of this past season of The Bachelorette, when we saw that end, and you had come out, we were talking, and you're like, I had that love story. I'm not looking to replace that love story, but I'm looking to have this kind of second part of my life with somebody.
Yeah.
Which was very nice.
Yeah, it's so different. When you're in your 20s and 30s and you're looking at starting a career and starting a family, and all the joys that come from that end of your life's journey. And then when you get to the other end, it's like, okay, I've slain all my dragons. When I got to 60, I thought nothing exciting is ever going to happen to me. That cracks me up.
Yeah.
And so you're looking back and you're thinking, okay, what were all the good things that happened, and how do I duplicate those experiences, and what do I want for the last 10 or 15 or 20 years of my life? So it's an entirely different thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. And I also think that as a younger viewer watching your season might be able to teach everybody a thing or two, because I think what you just said right there is a beautiful thing, where people think once you get to a certain age, your life is kind of, not over, but you're like you said,
wrapping up.
Yeah, I did it all.
Sit and wait for the corner.
Right. Yeah, I accomplished all these things. I have a beautiful family, but you can have more.
Yeah. And that was a theme that I tried to reiterate through the course of the episodes, is that just because you're old doesn't mean that you don't have the vigor and the enthusiasm and the joy for life and all of those things. So don't give up. And every time that I could, when one of the women had to go home, and I became very attached to them, they were all so wonderful. It was like the theme I wanted to say is don't give up.
Yeah.
You're a wonderful person. You just weren't, you and I weren't right for each other, in my opinion. So don't stop looking for someone.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your emotions were heightened a ton being in this process? Phones cut off, world is cut off. How did you deal with that?
I was the biggest friggin' crybaby you could have. I mean, at the end of the days, I would go, Turner, again? You did it. Because the emotions were really close to the surface. And I think as I've gotten older, I think my empathy for people has grown. When you're 20s and 30s and 40s and you're in a career and you're working, and you tend to lose a sense of feeling for other people at times, and you're not that way when you're older, at least not for me.
Yeah.
So
the show also has a fairly physical aspect to it, sexual chemistry, all of those things people are watching. And then now I feel like you have these bachelorettes, everyone jokes of like how many people they've kissed on the first night. And were you worried about the physical elements being in charge of the show?
So a little bit.
Yeah.
I promised my daughters and granddaughters that I would not kiss anyone on the first night.
Okay.
I failed. I mean,
I love to hear that.
I just flat ass failed.
Yeah.
Just right. And
the chemistry was there.
Yes. I mean, and the other part of it is, as the dates wore on, I just had so much affection for these women. They were so supportive of each
Mm-hmm.
other. And it's like I was so proud of my generation, quite honestly. I just wanted to hug and kiss each one of them. You guys are so awesome. And the frame of
Almost
mind,
not even like a chemistry where you're just like, I want to give you a kiss for being so great.
that's exactly it. It wasn't so much I was looking for a partner at that point. I was looking at how great my generation was represented with these women. And I got carried away. I mean, and
I cannot wait for this season.
no one turned me down. I mean,
That's great to hear.
No one gave me the swerve or anything. So, it was fun.
Was there fantasy suites?
Yes, there was. Yes.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I think hearing I think hearing that you did kiss people on the first night is going to excite a lot of people to watch.
Oh, well, perhaps. We'll see. I know it excited me, so hopefully it's contagious.
Do you have a plan? Do you know that there are any like dates or whatnot that you're going to tell your family to maybe skip over?
Oh, such a good question. I think no.
Okay. They can watch it all.
They can watch it all. As you get down towards the end, hypothetically, let's just talk hypothetically. If I did find someone at the end, my biggest concern is for her family.
Right.
She was in the process, again, hypothetically.
Yep.
She was in the process, so she knew what the pressures were and some of the manipulation to get to certain storylines and so forth. But her family wouldn't know that.
Right,
so they would
right.
look and see it on its face and go, what the hell is this guy doing? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, Mom.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do watch parties every night, or party, loose term?
I can't wait to do that.
Yeah.
The fun, I think, of doing those things. Well, first off, I'm in Los Angeles for the first week. I don't know where I'm at beyond that, but I've promised way more attending Thursdays than probably what there are episodes. But the fun part is, when people ask questions, oh, how did that happen, or why did you get to that point? If I can pull out that journal and say, okay, here's what happened the day before, or this is why we got to that point, or it may look like I really had strong feelings for that person, but what you don't see is this. And I think that'll be the funnest part of watching in, watch parties.
Do you think you'll be sharing any updates on social media as you go on?
I think
Are you on Instagram?
If I am.
Yes, okay.
I'm amazed at that.
Okay, great.
So if my granddaughters will help me with some of that stuff, I'd love to do it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Maybe a TikTok account in the future.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
How old are your grandkids?
So my oldest granddaughter is 21 and my youngest is 16.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, so
they have you covered. Then
Yeah.
they'll make sure that you're posting all the right things.
Yeah.
Have you been checking your Instagram, like notifications, DMs, anything like that?
I have. And I hope I'm doing it right. I'm hoping there's not stuff there that I'm not recognizing as being there.
Right.
But yeah.
You can't respond to them all.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You can't. But it's kind of overwhelming to see all the different things that are happening. So it's like, I'm really having an awful lot of aw shucks moments. It's like, golly.
Yeah.
Have you been recognized on the street yet?
I've been recognized in airports and restaurants and various places like that, but just a random walkabout.
By on the street. I mean just out and about.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly, you said you've been here in New York the last couple of days. The weather's been so bad. I mean, you're on a massive billboard right down the street. So
I saw it.
you got to go. But
You got to stand in front of it.
I want a selfie with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a requirement.
Yeah.
That's like an absolute must. You have to soak it all in. And what's also fun too is like your season starting. We're also gonna be watching Bachelor in Paradise too. So talk about just kind of like opposites, but still really fun. I think like to have that all on one night.
Yeah.
Did you followed along with this last season, right? You watched The Bachelorette?
I did.
Yeah.
Charity season?
Yes. Sorry, will you watch Paradise?
I've not watched Paradise up to this point, but because of there's been so much conversation about it and my tie to it the same night and everything, I'll watch. Yeah.
I think you should. I think it'll be a fun wait for you to see how your show goes versus how they handle things down on the beach. Probably be pretty different.
Right.
It'll be different. I guess the part that I'll miss is that I won't have the backstories on so many of the people.
Right.
You know, that they've been there a year or two, prior season, whatever. And
Your grandkids can fill you in.
yeah, they can. And they probably will.
They definitely can. So, I mean, we are so excited to watch. I think it's going to be great. You know, we've used this word a lot, but we think it's going to be very refreshing for the franchise to have something that feels genuine and a real love connection.
Yes.
I so hope that's the case.
Yeah.
Because I mean, indeed, when I
do you
committed
feel a lot
to the
of pressure?
show, I felt pressure, yes, to do the best I could.
Yeah.
You know, if you're,
You know how it went. You did it already.
Yeah.
So that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
you know, I'm probably competitive. So I want to, you know, every night I want to go, okay, did you do the best you could do? Because so many people have things at stake on this. You know, everybody wants it to do well. And so consequently, I had to do my part. And that's where I felt the pressure.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you know, of course you did the best. And I also think you have to remember that it's a very unique situation to be in, and you handle the situations in the best way that you possibly can. And if people don't like the outcome, you did what you could. And that's really, it's such a unique position that not a lot of people could say, you know, I definitely would have done that, or I would have done this, because you don't really know until you're in your shoes.
Right.
And it's all TV.
Looking back, I felt like the decisions I made were the right decisions, although they were painful.
Yeah.
But that I was also genuine and true to myself. I didn't try to step out of my character and do something different. So if it doesn't look good, I'm sorry, but I felt like that was the right thing to do at that moment, and I stand by it. So
Did you
Stay
have any?
true to yourself.
Did you have any tricks on remembering the ladies' names? 'Cause
Well, I
it's a
had
lot of
help with
names.
that.
Okay, good.
you know, I had pictures and their names on the card, on a card that I had on a corkboard. So every morning, every night, I was constantly looking at those pictures and the names, and it didn't take very long.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I got to know them a little bit,
Well, you just need a couple conversations.
that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The first night, I would imagine.
I think just first night when you have it's 22 all at one time. It's
Yeah, and they're all abstract concepts. You know, you don't know anything about the person yet.
right. They're just kind of walking
testing
out.
you
They're
on the
saying
name.
their
You're like,
they're saying their name. They're walking
Right.
inside.
You meet somebody for the first time, sometimes the name just goes in one ear out the other until you hear it again. And you're like, what was their name?
Yeah, and I think I remembered the first 6. And then after that, it was like, okay, that must be my limit, because I drop one off and add one, and pretty soon I was totally confused.
Were there any surprising like limo entrances? I know you can't give too much away, but limo entrances are such a big thing for the seasons. Contestants do pretty wacky things. Did people try and stand out?
There were a couple of exits from the limousines that were pretty interesting and memorable. There was also one entrance that didn't come through the limousine at all. So there'll be some variety there.
Good tease there,
Oh,
Gerry.
I know. How
I
about
love
it?
it. You know how this whole reality TV thing works, how it's catching on. Well, we're super excited to watch The Golden Bachelor Thursday on ABC, 8 o'clock Eastern, live. Not live. We'll be watching live, obviously. But we are so excited to watch. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. This was more fun than I've had in a few days.
Well, thank you. We're
Thank you.
honored. And it
Thank
was
you very
great to
much.
meet you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, you've heard us mention it now a few times. We are so excited. We've teased it. We've talked about it. But we have this exciting announcement with e.l.f. Cosmetics. This Saturday, September 30th, we will be taking over the Orange Crate in Syracuse, New York from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with e.l.f. Cosmetics. We would love you all to come out and have some fun before the Syracuse-Clemson game. It's going to be a great setup. There will be an e.l.f. Cosmetics glow up bar, an awesome and sporty photo moment, great samples. We can't wait to see you there. So if you're around, it's alumni weekend at Syracuse. Maybe you're headed up to New York, or you're a Syracuse student now. Come hang out with us. We're super excited. It's going to be a ton of fun. like we said, there's going to be great samples, great activities. It's going to look amazing. And we're going to get ready for the game. So it's going to be a ton of fun with all of our favorite e.l.f. Cosmetics products. You'll see the, Halo Glow Liquid Filter, the Power Grip Primer, the Brow Lift. All of our favorite e.l.f. Cosmetics products, we'll have them. We'll be using them. It's going to be super great. So make sure you come check it out. We will be at the Orange Crate from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. with e.l.f. Cosmetics.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We thank you guys so much for listening. There are a couple tickets left in both Charlotte and Philly, so check those out if you're interested in coming. We cannot wait to put on the best shows ever for you guys. We're so excited for all the upcoming events this fall. Also, Syracuse, the people of Syracuse, we are so excited to hang out with you on Saturday. Remember, the Orange Crate starting at 10 a.m. and opens at 9 a.m., and we want to see all of your beautiful faces there thanks to e.l.f. Cosmetics. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Friday.